culture of sports. On the culture of sports, we bring you the excitement.
This is Emmanuel Flomo who goes in. Emmanuel Flomo! Open through! 1-1 on the score sheet! Incredible finish from Emmanuel Flomo to get the equalizer for Lufa Kante.
On the culture of sports, we talk with the athletes, the stakeholders, and bring you different views in sports.
Are you thinking about establishing an academy here?
Why do I pass that stage already? I passed that stage. I made all
maybe to live like I said.
Give me chance. I made Liberia on Liberian football the greatest, the best Lone Star ever by my financial support with our government. Why you can do it? Why you can do it?
Sports politics, sports disagreements, and the deeper issues in the sporting arena are all featured on the culture of sports.
Mr. Cole, or the individual you mentioned, is a felon, an ex-convict involved in wire fraud.
That just shows the immaturity of our President Mustafa Raji. That's very immature, making such a statement.
And on that basis, after being in jail for 7 years,
he admitted to the fact that we need this money to as clubs. Then, but he's giving 6,000. When the team asked for subvention, he said no. So some of us coming up with 5,000 United dollars for the under 17 Lone Star team. That is Liberia based. That is not Mustafa Raji team. That is Liberia's team.
I will not receive money from him. If you wanted to actually give money, why not go to the owners of the national team and pay that money? As president of the Football Association, I will not accept such donation from an individual that I know was in jail.
Fairly will not go for it. Don't waste your time. Don't stress yourself. We've been having 1,050 in the budget for the past years. We didn't go for it because the bureaucracy to get $1,050. They have been very tight, and then less than $1,000. When we play, we pay referee. Each day we pay nothing less than 5,000. We play the number of game days, more than 70 game days to the math and calculate. So it means it will be of no help. That's the decision of my leadership. We will not go for it. We will not go for it. This is Liberia, only traditional game. We got no outside support like football. You find FIFA, CAF, and the rest of them supporting them. This is Liberia game. If Liberia can take ownership, it's not my family property. It's not my personal federation, nor the vice president or the rest of the other people. It's Liberia keep us. No, before me, there were president. After me, there will be president. It's not disrespect. We've been having interaction with the government. We've been having interaction with the Ministry of Youth and Sport professionally, and with no disrespect. Why will you run after less than $1,000 that will not help you? And in fact, you might not even get it. So to avoid everything, we stay. When we play, it's for the Ministry of Youth and Sport, the government, right? It means we got some working relationship. So there is no bad blood. But we are saying the allotment there is not fair enough for Liberia only tradition.
The culture of sports. On the culture of sports, we bring you the excitement.
This is Emmanuel Flomo who goes in. Emmanuel Flomo! Open through! 1-1 on the score sheet! Incredible finish from Emmanuel Flomo to get the equalizer for Lufa Kante.
On the culture of sports, we talk with the athletes, the stakeholders, and bring you different views in sports.
Are you thinking about establishing an academy here?
Why do I pass that stage already? I passed that stage. I made all
maybe to live like I said.
Give me chance. I made Liberia on Liberian football the greatest, the best Lone Star ever by my financial support with our government. Why you can do it? Why you can do it?
Sports politics, sports disagreements, and the deeper issues in the sporting arena are all featured on
It is a pleasant good morning from the nation's capital, Monroe. We are here on Kear Radio 95.9, just a day after Real Madrid vehemently, narrowly walked over Atletico Madrid in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League there in Europe just a day after that encounter. Today we are live on a midweek presentation of the cultural sports right here on Kear Radio 95.9. My name is Siapha Mulbah and currently this edition, your number one presenter of the premier sports platform on this network. Today we're going to be talking a series of sporting issues with emphasis on local sports management and athletes development. Here we're going to play host to one of the fastest growing athlete development and athlete management agency here, the 13 Sports Management, who's going to be providing insight of how they are working with different football players across the Liberia sporting environment is like. And Mark Eric Garmoyou Freeman is our guest, the CEO of that institution. Before we get into the guest segment, we're going to talk about our national team training activities under the watch of Coach Thomas Kojo as the standing coach, former Brazilian coach who also coached the Lone Star of Liberia, is in country. And I don't know, to some extent, I think we should talk about his arrival in the country at a stage where Liberia will have two matches against Sao Tome and that of now Tunisia in the World Cup qualifier the 19th and 24th of this month. As I'm informed, the coach is in country to celebrate or to observe a month-long visit to Liberia, and he's being hosted by the former FIFA World Player, former President George Mani. These and other talking points we are all set this morning to bring you. Don't forget, we usually do our giveaway, providing scratch card to those that use data to follow the program. So if you're following online, we give away scratch cards on this program as a way of supporting you while you supporting us. So invite others to join the show, share the live, and we're going to be reading our scratch codes for different scratch cards that you can just plug in and you'll be a winner. You'll be able to replace the data you've used on our show. It's a kind courtesy of the culture of sports right here on this platform. And I guess our guests in subsequent time will increase the number of scratch cards that we give, but we're going to start with the ones we have now. So don't go away, stay tuned. As time goes by, we'll read the card number and you can put it in and be a lucky winner of that scratch card. We got a couple of them. We got several scratch cards that we'll be giving up in the same vein. So don't go away, stay tuned. Let's take a batch of our theme song. Enjoy the flyer. It is done by George CC of the Kear Communications Network. Stay tuned, don't go away. Just enjoy the background. For those of you following us via Facebook and YouTube, the flyer you see in the background is the flyer done by George CC of Kear Communications Network. He's called Stone. Kudos to you and kudos to the team. Yeah. And let me say welcome back to the program, The Culture of Sports. If you're just joining us, this is the number one sports platform on this network that brings you the real information, details, and views of sports. We talk sports for 1 hour, 30 minutes every Wednesday. From this time straight up to 12 o'clock, we're going to be seated on this platform, sharing our thoughts on different perspectives and playing host to the 13 Sports Management, who's going to be here on our guest segment. So It's another week, and I say it's just a day after Atletico Madrid suffer a 2-1 loss to Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. And I know the rivalry between these two clubs, it is not like two clubs. In fact, it is a rivalry between clubs from Spain, from the angle of Barcelona and the angle of Real Madrid. And I know what happens in all competitions. You will see Real Madrid up against another team. But what we see normally is the Barcelona fans will follow the opposing team to Real Madrid. And that's just normal. We're in Africa, we practice it. And I guess that's how it is practiced all over the world in sports. And that's the beauty of the game. So yesterday, Real Madrid was in action against Atletico Madrid. They're both from Spain in the round of 16. And you saw what happened. Real Madrid won the curtain raiser at the Santiago Bernabeu, their home field, where Rodrigo came in with the curtain raiser. Later on, Julian Alvarez had to settle the knots for taking the game one goal apiece till it was halftime. Later on, we saw Brian Diaz, Moroccan international, moving into it, and he had his leg into it, and that's how Real Madrid found the leading goal that took them to their 2-1 win against Atletico Madrid. There is a return leg that is in the round of 16, the Champions League, UEFA Champions League. That's just it right there. So today, Barcelona, the major rival of Real Madrid, is going to play Benfica today in the Champions League. Barcelona will be up against Benfica, and this is the first leg. Benfica is playing at home. We don't know what's going to happen. You can follow. Bayern Munich will be up against Bayern Leverkusen, and Bayern Munich is playing at home. We don't know what's going to happen as well. Feyenoord is going to play host to Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League. These are just details. Today is March 5, 2025, and these are details from international competitions that are widely witnessed across the globe. The UEFA Champions League is one of the most watched competitions across the globe. So we thought to go into it and bring you that update because I know my Baga Mene, they were talking something last night about their arch rival Real Madrid, and I don't know if I should say unfortunately for Atletico Madrid they did not make Baga proud last night. So today I don't know if Benfica is going to make Real Madrid proud because Real Madrid fans will automatically go behind Benfica because they want to see the downfall of Barcelona in the Champions League. And that's just it. That's the beauty of the wonderful game. You see people from different teams coming against a major club. They are all big clubs in the European competitions. In fact, Real Madrid is the highest carrier, and that's just it. So, and it is here. But on our domestic soil, our national team resumed or launched practice for their provisional squad on not yesterday but Monday. Yeah, today is Wednesday. So the Liberia national team preliminary or provisional squad of local players started training on Monday with Coach Thomas Kojo. Last week we had the listing of players that were invited. So very shortly we're going to go to the Elevate Media department to talk to uh, Anthony Kokwe if he's available to provide information to us. But I'm going to reach out to Anthony Kokwe. We want to know how far the practice is and we want to know how far the practice is and what the process is like and how activity is going to be. So I will try to reach out to Anthony Kokwe. Anthony Kokwe is the media officer of the Liberia Football Association, and he's more at times involved with the senior men's national team activities. So I'm trying to reach out to him The team started practice, the team started training on Monday. I've not been there so far, but been seeing pictorials, been seeing comments from some colleagues that have been making their way there. So, but we want to know the players that are showing up since there were 35, 36 players thereabout that were invited. We want to know who show up and who's not showing up. What have been the excuse from someone that has not shown up, or what the coaches are contemplating on? Or is there any hint so far of the foreign-based players that will be needed? So if Anthony Kokwe answers my call this morning on the program, those are some of the things we're going to be talking about. The players that were invited, are they responding? What are their response to the training? Do we expect, from the look of things, do we expect more foreign-based players, or we're going to see a less number of foreign-based players coming to the national team for the matches against Tunisia and Sao Tome? Who knows? These questions can be answered we when we talk to Anthony Kokwe. So he just sent me a text, and I guess he's going to get back to me a couple of minutes from now. So, but I really wish he could call back. So that's it. The players were invited. The pictures I've seen so far, a lot of them have shown up. I can't confirm the actual number, but it seems that a lot of them have shown up, including the young players. The young players are indeed, like yesterday, I said something to someone that the young players see the opportunity and the invitation given them as an opportunity to showcase what they have in them. And the young players are doing everything possible. Yesterday and Tuesday and Monday, they were in their numbers. I saw Nunch Zone, I saw uh, Emmanuel Flomo, I saw the legs of Jonathan Freeman, the youth national team captain, Jonathan Freeman. Jonathan Freeman and others were in training yesterday, and the pictures show that they are working. What we want to see is a Lone Star that will put up one of the best squad of local players. We do not expect this training to end for Coach Thomas Kojo to come back to us to say we're not inviting foreign players. We know foreign players will be invited. Several of them will be invited. And the names that we see, we know that will actually gain call is the team captain Oscar Dole, Samson Dwyer, Divine Tier. These are names that we are sure of will be on the squad, because these names, even the ordinary football stakeholders, the ordinary football fans go for these players. So you will not come back to say we will not have foreign base. But we are hopeful that after this training section, we will have a team of local players that will be supportive and strong enough to back up the foreign players that will be invited. Yes. So if we have 3 strikers invited from the local based national squad, we expect these strikers to be goal punchers as they are scoring in the national league. We expect them to use the goal scoring skills to take it to another level. This is, at this time, it should be the World Cup. The other day I listened to something where he said Liberia will just have to do something. Liberia will have to make a statement. That's what he said. Liberia, they as a national team, they as players have to make a statement. And the statement they have to make is in this month, March. The statement we want to hear from the Lone Star is March 19. You will have to make a statement. If not, March 24th, you will have to make a statement. And the statement they will make will determine whether Lone Star will have a chance next year to go to the World Cup. So the local based players that have been invited, though they train with their clubs, they are in activities playing in the National League, and the goal scorers from the First Division League are in fact leading the squad because we see Emmanuel Flomo, we see Nick Jr., we see Jonathan Freeman, we see all of them, the goal punchers, the First Division top scorers. 5 of them are in the squad for the training. So we expect that these things happen, and we are hopeful that we will have them doing the very best for this team because their selection process depend on them. Their selection depend on them. Getting a call is just an advantage, but maintaining the call. For example, if I take my phone and call you, you answer that call, is an advantage. I have to say things that will make you to keep the line. And that's what I'm talking about here. The coach call you. It's an advantage. Other people could be called. But how do you make use of the call you have? You have 2 weeks to impress the coach that your name should be on the final squad. Because we will have maybe 7, maybe 6 foreign based players. If we have 6 foreign based players, we will have 19 local players. For your name to be part of the 19, you have to impress the coach. Tell me. So if you go into training, we need these things to be done. That's why I'm always on the young players. Jonathan Freeman, we've been watching you for years. I'm one person that have seen your performance with the youth teams as captain. While you captain Discovery, you captain under 17, you captain under 20 teams. And we see what happens. Your coordination, your exemplary leadership. Now, I think that's the background of which you were called. Along with other young folks, you play alongside Zone for the youth teams. Kindness School and other people, we saw what happened in competition. So you now getting called to the national team is an opportunity for all of you. I learned that when Oscar Dolly got his first call, he was somewhere around that same age range. He was one of the youngest in fact. Now you young people are leading the charge, are getting the charge. Sometimes ago we had Sir Moses that were called by Coach Keita, and there were a whole lot of things. But I think this is a step for you guys to grow, to be the next generation of reliable and dependable non-star players. That's just it right there. So you got a call, fine, maintain the call. Anthony Coco has not gotten back to me. So if we can talk to him, maybe we talk to him on Saturday, where the week should have been completed, and the team will be done with maybe 5 or 4. I don't know the break in. So he should be the one giving the calendar of the team training, or after the show, I'll reach out to the FA to do some of the follow up. So that's it. And like I was saying earlier, the the coach, according to people that have been in this sport thing, Liberian sports goes back to years before some of us were born. Yes. So people that were into in 1986, 1986, people calling years for years. And coach, the coach that took Lone Star to African Cup of Nations 1986 is in country. I don't know much. I don't have much details about that. But he arrived according to sources on the invitation of former president, former FIFA world player, former world best, and Africa's leading sport icon, George Manawiya. I'm trying to reach out to someone that should be in the corridors of this coach and his involvement in his arrival back to country so that we could talk. But he seems not to be active. Let me see. Let me see. But coach coach Pablo Luis Campos. He's a Brazilian coach. Coach Pablo Luis Campos. I don't know if I'm getting the name right. Luis Campos. Paulo Luis Campos or Paulo Luis Campos, something like that. Campos. It's Campos. So according to what this writer is saying, over 39 years he's been away and he's back, and so he came on the invitation of former world best George Weah. He's in country, and so Weah were the ones speaking, making some of the statements on this coach arrival back in country. So he said, Weah explained that Paulo showed interest to come back to Liberia after many years. In fact, according to what I listened to, Weah said the coach expressed interest in coming back to Liberia after many years, and he said he wants to help the national team. I think it was at a time where the Lone Star was in search for a permanent coach after Mario, something like that. After Mario contract, before Thomas Kojo could be appointed as a standing coach. So he said the coach wanted to come back, and he said he wants to come back to help the national team. So, according to Weah, the former president, the former world player, uh, according to Weah said, "I'm not the president again. I'm not the president of the country again, and I'm not in government. In fact, I will link you with authorities." That's what the conversation was like. So he will reach out to the authorities, the government, and then efforts didn't work out. So he got back to this coach and said, "Look, since it's not working out, I think I tried, but let me give you the contact so that you can reach out yourself." And the contacts were given, but it didn't work. So it was concluded that the efforts to have him back in the corridors of the national team did not work out. Maybe the government, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the LFA did not see it the way the former coach saw it. So he now decided that since it's not working the way it should work, I think I just want to come back and see. I really want to come back to see you because it's been years I've not seen you, this, that. So they had a conversation. So yesterday, Coach Pablo uh, returned to Liberia after 39 years. And then he was welcomed at the Ravens International Airport. He went straight to where he had to meet with the president, the former president, former world player, FIFA world player, former world best, George Weah. And then they've been there. According to George Weah, the coach is in control for 1 month, and his coming was endorsed by the president, the CEO of FC Facel Football Club, Mr. Kasser Anthony Ko. Mr. Ko is another candidate, is an upcoming candidate, is the presidential hopeful for the Liberia Football Association next year election. So George Weah said Kasser Ko endorsed the coming of the coach. So the coach and the former president, will have some training sessions with FC Facel where he normally trains at times, according to him. they will have to go around, though the coach will not dominate the training, but he will share his little thoughts and things to Coach Ivan Minaret and other people in charge of FC Fasel. And I guess he will meet other local coaches. But Kojo, uh, Coach Joe could tap in. I don't know if the time being mentioned is the time that Coach Thomas Kojo played for the national team. All of them could be one way or the other connected. Howbeit, what does his coming back to Liberia signal for the sporting arena? What do you think that this coach coming back to Liberia signals? Is it in any way intended to gain the former president attention back to active sporting activity? Or do you think the president is trying to get engaged once more with football? Mind you, a few weeks ago he went to FC Fasel game against Discoveries and he said he was invited by his friend. Later on, he said he don't have intentions of opening an academy and he made the Lone Star the best. And you saw how the statement went, how people criticized and all that. Now he has invited the former coach of the Lone Star to the country. With Coach Thomas Kojo standing here as staying coach, with the Lone Star having 2 matches to play in this month. And this coach will definitely go to witness these matches. What do you think? Is there any supposed alignment between the former president? Or do you see an uprising allyship, or how you call it, or collaboration, coordination between the former president and Mr. Kasa Anthony Cole? Is he getting too involved with sporting activities to do FC Fasel? What do you think? But again, these are the things we go into, and this is the culture of sports. Those that talking points concerned are always welcome to discuss some of these things, though we reach out to them on different occasions. So those are things that we had to talk. The national team has been soon training their players in training sections, different training sections, and we were hopeful to talk to Kukwe, and we hope we can talk to him anytime soon. The coach visit to Liberia, and it is squarely on George we are in that of Mr. Kasa Anthony Cole. Is it in a way aimed at gaining attention from the Liberian national team for the former president to get fully involved into sports again? Or is it a good sign that do we want him back into sports, or what? Is his coming back into active sport activity a threat to anyone? The political side, is he aligning with Cassell against the Raji in the upcoming elections? Mind you, there are 2 names we know. Cassell Anthony Cole contesting against Mustafa Raji, the incumbent president of the Liberian Football Association. So these are conversations. Are they now aligning? Is the former world best getting involved, aligning himself with Cassell Koho so that there will be a formidable force for the sporting community to come and take Raji out of the elevated presidency? Or what do you think? Let's have a chit chat. 0770573477, 0881871670. We will take maybe 2 calls very shortly. I'll be joined by Mike Eric Freeman, the Chief Executive Officer of 13 Sports Management, who is going to be. So let's see. We have Thomas Kojo Rolak here, a Liberian journalist who has been in the corridors of the sporting arena for a very long time. He knows some of the basis around the conversation concerning the arrival of the former national team coach to Liberia. Let me now welcome Kojo and hear some perspective. Good morning, Kojo. Welcome to the Culture of Sports.
Well, it's a pleasure joining you, and it's a pleasure having your many followers on the Son of My Voice this morning.
Yeah, so Kojo, you were one of those journalists that were at the airport to welcome Coach Pablo Campos. I don't know if I'm getting the name right, but he served as coach.
Pablo Campos.
Okay, Pablo Campos, who served as the coach of the national team sometimes in 1986. 86, am I right? With George Weah, George Weah, then former world best and former president, playing alongside others on his watch as coach of the national team. Tell us what you've been able to gather.
Well, there was a joint yesterday as a sports journalist being selected among the many journalists who were three active sports journalists who were called up by the former president to be at the airport yesterday to receive Pablo Campos, who coached the Lone Stars of Liberia in 1986. As per what we gather from his Wikipedia, he was the coach who led Liberia to the Six Nations tournament that was held at the SKD Sports Complex during the opening or the inauguration ceremony for the opening of the SKD Sports Complex officially under the watch of President Samuel Kayando. And he was the president who led Nigeria to the Trinity Championship himself. At the point in time when President Joe was president, from what we gather so far, he took the entire national team of Liberia to Brazil for long training, where indeed they got trained, they taught them about the understanding of football, how football is a passion, is sports. So, as a coach, and he was 29 years old when he had the job as head coach of the national team of Liberia, thanks to the late President Samuel Kayando, who trusted him to get him a job. And then when he returned to the country for the Six Nations competition, right after he flew back.
Are you there, Kojo? The network in Liberia. Hello, Kojo. Are you still on the line? Wow, providing details of how. Okay, go on.
So, 39 years he has been away from Liberia. He got invited into the country, quote unquote, by the former president of the state, President His Excellency George Weah, invited in country. In George Weah, we call it some of the moments he had with the coach. He was the person who recruited the less of George Weah, the less of James Diba, a few others to join the national team of Liberia back in 1986. So he boasts of all he bragged about being the coach who contributed, or one of the many coaches who contributed towards the success stories of Africa's greatest footballer of all time. When he was coaching the national team of Liberia after recruiting George Weah was a fling player playing on the number 7 wing. According to him, due to the nose George Weah had at that time to smell, George Weah used to smell goals. So he thought to change the position of George Weah for being a winger to a natural number 9, who earned him that repetition of being one of the best strikers to have ever graced the game of football. So he bragged about that. He bragged about helping the national team of Liberia to produce some of the creams of players. And 10 years later, Liberia managed to go to the 1996 African Cup of Nations that was held with the East of Africa. He's in country for a long period of time. He's here visiting Liberia. Like the ex-president said.
So Kojo, let me hold you there. Let me try to you've gave the basis of which he's back in country to link up with George Weah, who he contributed immensely to, according to your explanation. But now there is this question that comes to mind: is he in any way still interested replacing, or is he in a way still interested in taking over the national team, since according to the former president, the government and the LFA has not agreed or did not materialize the conversation? Is he still interested?
Well, he has the man has an interest in coaching the Lone Stars of Liberia, but the then president George Weah, according to him, he tried to make an intervention to speak with the Ministry of Youth and Sports headed by Councillor Charles Fangolu, and The councillor said, I think it was due to some financial issues, the government could not manage to bring on board to having. So they thought to go on with Thomas Kujo to be the standing coach. But he's in country on the invitation of the president, being backed by FC Fasia Financial Chief Executive Officer and President Mr. Kassia Anthony Kumo, who said it would be a good idea to bring the coach to Liberia for a more long period of time, where indeed you contribute towards coaches in Liberia. You go to feed, you organize programs, and that'll be good for our young coaches to learn some new tactics for the players on the pitch. For those things you contributed to your degree of success.
Okay, so with that, let me now take you to this point. You are a sport journalist, you've been covering sporting happenings in the country for a very long time. With the recent involvement of the former president in again into sports after his presidency, and getting too attached with FC Fasel, getting too connected, do you see any form of allyship coming in? Do you see do you suggest anything of such coming up as the LFA heads to election next year?
But this was the question I've been waiting, or I've been having on mind to ask the former president, and I rightfully placed it out to him yesterday. Because he claimed that Kasiepo is a good friend to him. So I asked him, the former president, your friend was to become president of the Football Association. Do you in any way endorse his statement? He said, well, there is nothing wrong with that. He made it clear that there is nothing wrong with that. He claimed that Kassia has the capability, he's a Liberian, he's capable, he has the ability to run the Football Association. And he do believe that it is the right of Kassia to contest.
Okay.
He doesn't have an issue with it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kojo. And we hope to have you anytime making your contributions to the culture of sports. Some of the fountain of knowledge you have, we wish to tap in it as time goes by the program. Thank you again for stopping by this afternoon by phone.
It's a pleasure, brother.
Okay, that's the voice of journalist Thomas Kojo Rolak. I don't know if there is any attachment to or any connection between Coach Thomas Kojo and journalist Thomas Kojo Rolak, but I think he can provide a disclaimer anytime you concern. But what I do know is that he's Thomas Kojo Rolak, a Liberian journalist, and the coach is Coach Thomas Kojo. In our studios, I told you we're going to play host to the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of 13 Sports Management, who is already in. I mean, the CEO today stopped by to make a studio appearance on the culture of sports, where we're going to be talking a lot of issues. You listening to the talking points, and let's now try to bring him on your screen right here so that you can see who we got here. And that's him right there. That's the man, Mark Eric Garmoyou Freeman. Mark Eric Garmoyou Freeman is the Chief Executive Officer of 13 Sports Management. Mark Eric, good morning. Welcome to the Culture of Sports.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. You get me clearly?
Yes, you good.
Okay. Good morning. It's a pleasure being here today. Today is the first debut in studio. Well, I made my debut outside the studio a few weeks ago. So this is my first time being in your studio, your cozy studio. It's a pleasure being here today.
And today you in another capacity. You at first you made your debut in the capacity of the work you do at one of the clubs in the National First Division League, but today you're here in another big portfolio, in another scope of work. How is life, my man? How's the sporting arena in fact?
Yeah, things are okay.
I think I can see things are really okay.
Things are okay. We are working behind the scene. At times most of us we don't love to be on the scene. We are working behind the scene tirelessly to make sure that we can get the best crop of Liberian players, especially the young ones, and see how we can help in connecting with our partners abroad. Because over the years, Liberia have been lack of quality talents, and so we are here. We are here.
We are here. How is the 13 Sports Management?
Today's sports management is good. It's okay. We have more people who have expressed interest in joining on becoming partners and also on becoming scout for the management because we decided this year to go global. So we are doing our scouting program on a wider scope right now because we don't want that it will only be a Monrovia based thing. So we looking for people from out of Monrovia and other parts of the world that are willing to join this program. This idea to make it to come to fruition.
So now, okay, let's get a conversation started.
Okay.
Today you're here to talk about technical sports management. Tell us, what is the technical sports management?
The 13 sports management is a Liberia sports players management company, and we were funded in 2020 officially. But the idea came to be after I left football. I am a former footballer too. I play at the community level wheresoever my football academy at that time, so
Why are you laughing? Give me a full portfolio, man.
You say how you only top national level now?
I'm not worried that you cutting your own league, man. You play football. You want to
I play football.
But why you give me
play in the Lokitan sub-committee league. Yeah, but then we were to where the total thinkers the storage are right now in Lokitan there.
Okay.
We're opposite the rest too. So that's where we used to host our leagues. So after leaving football and when we were playing we saw it that most of us that left football we left the game sooner. Yeah, we left the game sooner. Most of all left the game sooner because we never had people that were there to guide us, to nurture us, to tell us where to do as young kids coming up. So we thought about that. Okay, so we didn't have the help back then. Why can't we kids now that are coming up in the game of soccer? Because back then for some of us, soccer was the only therapist for us. Like how our kids are now, involving themselves into all sorts of things. Back then, only soccer we knew about. So it was like a therapy for us. So how can we get the kids back there now? Back to soccer, back to getting the love of soccer. So we thought it while I and my team, we came to one conclusion and we decided to establish the 13 sports management. And today, here we are. We can boast that we have one or two players today who have played national team football. It might not be senior, but from the Gion national team angle.
So you do recruitment mainly on youth players. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why
Our recruitment is mainly focused around youth player. You got to be around 16,
okay,
16, 17.
So what
the highest age we will want is 18. And then at that point, 1.2, you gotta be around at least 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
this is what my partners these are the specific my partners requested for. They want players that are 6 feet plus tall. And then you will be around 16, 17. Looking at what I can go, I can transfer you some pages, sporting pages. All of the players that are being signed now, they are youthful players from 15, 16, 17. The highest age, why is it old? The main old or the player is old is 18 years.
How do you go about doing the scouting process of the players?
For me, what I do firstly is to go and see the players. Just a few days, I will few of the stadiums in Liberia and I scout a few players that are recently signed to the management, like Chala Morris. He recently played for Grand Cayman County in the national county sports meet. And I also scouted this player, uh, Morris. His name is Maurice Travers, Maurice Christian Travers, and he is currently the central defender for uh, TO United. They play in the Liberia Division League. So these are small reform, and then we ask a necessary question. If we have already expressed interest in you, we also ask a necessary question. We partner with your team to ask for your playing card to see, because most of the players, they will just tell you say maybe 15 years, 16 years,
Okay.
February. But if you go check behind it in the FIFA Connect system, they get 28 more than 30 more than 20 years there.
Yeah, so the fake ages.
So the
too,
fake
when they are in search of something.
So what we do here is for us to not get embarrassment, for us to avoid future embarrassment, we look at, we work with your club. Your club will give us the adequate information. Your club also give us access to your playing card. And on that playing card of late, the LFA have done their best to make sure that all the third division players are in the FIFA Connect system. So if you get 17 on your card now, trust me, that's the age that will be there until you can leave football. So these are some of the means we use to scout our players.
So now let's talk about the number of players. How many players have this management worked with over since its establishment, and how many players are now currently under the management?
Right now we have 5 sound players officially under our management, but over the years we have worked with few players, including the likes of Sam Moses, Siapha Babu from Discovery FC, and the Kear who just left Discovery also to Europe, or Augustine Mulbah. We have worked with him over the years, and we were instrumental in getting them where they are today. Although we were not on the scene for you to see us, bragging about it, but we were behind the scene, seeing how we can work today and get them to where they are.
These players you talk about, some of them have signed lucrative deals.
Sure.
What are the feedbacks that come back to 13 sports management in order to reach out? What is the agreement led to let these players go? Because what I do know is sports management, if you have a management team as a player going to a contract like leaving this club to go to Europe, there should be some form of agreement between you, the management, and that of the club that you currently play for, before it extends to the foreign club that will express interest in you. How is it done?
Yeah, back then, some of us like me.
For example, when we look at let's just look at the recent signing of Augustine Mulbah.
Okay.
How is it done?
Okay. For the club, uncle, the club release their player, because right now most of the clubs, especially in those smaller European countries, I'm saying smaller European countries because the Albanian league is not up to that high yet.
Yeah.
But they need players, right?
Sure.
So how can they get these players? They want to get these players on the free at first. When I say on the free, you gotta allow your players go without them paying you anything.
Okay.
For now, for the time being, and then you have a pre-agreement, or you have an agreement with them that, okay, when you're ready to sign a player, you get some money, or when you transfer the man from your team to another team, we get some percentage, right?
Yeah.
And then
the future sale.
Yeah, future sale. And then the management also has a future sale.
So do the management go into
especially if the player sign or legal document with the management? The management also has a
so what I want to know is, do the players go into these legal agreements with 13 sports management before they go to Discoveries or Watanga, whatever club they play for?
No, back then for 13 sports management, we were just doing it for the passion. We just came in, we just wanted to help. That's that kind of mindset. We came just to help. We're not looking at the business angle of this whole industry that we have gotten into. That's the sporting industry. We're not really thinking about that. We're not looking into that. We're just having players, promoting them, doing things for them. We are signing legal document. So back then we lost few players, including even against Mulbah, against text that it, it was a days before a travel he spoke about us signing a legal document with the management, but it's already late.
Okay.
You understand? So now to learn to pick up from our mistake, to learn from our mistakes, that's why we sign all our players that honor the management, the legs of Jonathan Freeman, Maurice Jala, and Travis, and other kids that are also under the management that we don't want to name here because they are little, they are still small. We just bringing it up gradually. We sign contract with their parents because they are under age.
Okay.
We sign contract with their parents. Their parents are in the know. If you look on our page, you see all of the documents that we sign with our players. Their parents were also always involved because we don't want to go against FIFA rules.
Okay, so because they are underage,
Yeah,
they are
even the man 17 say
he don't sign a professional contract.
Yeah, so a guardian can be there.
The guardians will
A
have
guardian will guide him and sign also as a legal guardian. And then when the man turn 18, I'm by 12
to decide now.
What I want to do.
That's
why we did, and now we have everything in place. All of our players, when anybody want to work with us like an agent or maybe any other clubs want to work with our players, we have our rules and all the stuff set down. So we are now going the professional way. Back then, we were just doing it maybe let's just say for fun, or maybe we're just doing it as a pity for the player. Okay, yeah, they may not get nobody. They mean helping and pushing,
So in terms of capacity building, for those with management, I see a lot of people. Sometimes you do recruitment of scouts. You have people added on board to work together. Is there any recognition, firstly, by the Liberia Football Association, or maybe the Ministry of Youth and Sports, or probably the Liberia Olympic Committee, of the kind of work you do as an institution? Do other legal entities guide, let's say recognize your operation?
For now, no. All the management are just operating because it's not stuff that is not our agency, right? If you got an agency, then it means that you are an agent. At 13 school, we are now agency here because we are a management. We don't have a registered agent with the management. So
Okay.
if at all you see we have the day you hear we have a registered agent or FIFA agent. That's what I mean.
Yes.
The day you hear we have a FIFA agent within our ranks, then we change it from management to an agency. But for now, it's management. If you have an agency, it means that you have to work along with both the FIFA and the LFA. Right? These are the people that
because
recognize
if it comes to the legal side of the player, maybe there is this player that is signed with the management, and then he plays for this club, and then it comes to a point where the player will have to be sold to another club for X amount of dollars, and then this player is being sold by the club without the consent of the management. And then this player leaves the country, for example, go to another country and starts to play, where the money comes back to the club. In order for for the agency to get, not the agency, but the management to get redressed, and the funds they're supposed to receive as payback, the legal documents should be guided and agreed to by, maybe the LFA should have a consent, should be CC in whatever agreement. They should know that this is a legal entity guiding these players, and if the player is sold, this document protects the agency share,
both the
rights and the share of this agency before we talk about it. So that's why I'll go right into.
Yeah, in Liberia here, we have players who are grateful while others are ungrateful. And in society, brother society, you always find these kind of people. For me, the scenario that you just explained, it hasn't happened to me yet. I haven't signed any player and they go astray, like you are saying.
Okay.
All of my players, they may go Friday here today. So don't you contact and you send you contact my player today and say, oh yeah, man, I'll let you start a play. Maybe I want for you to come practice with my team or my organization. I will be in and always.
You always report.
Yeah, my players can always report to me. Say, oh manager, this is why John Brown said. How do you look at it? Okay, give me John Brown number, let me talk with him. Because now we gotta be careful now. I don't want to stop your own glory.
Sure.
My role there is to advisory and to help you to look for contract.
In other areas, the player's salary is even capable of paying the management.
Yeah, but we don't do it. We don't do it yet.
So in other areas, it has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In other areas, before you sign with a management, you can pay when a 6-year contract or 3 years or 2 years, like the FIFA rules 2 years for a minor, like someone from 17 down.
Okay.
You can pay the agency all their money.
They're managing you now.
They're managing you now. But now, yeah, we doing it the other way around.
In fact, you go for the players.
You go for the players.
You got their activities.
And the player get kind of you gotta go for them. Sometimes you gotta educate them on that. So you understand, for what you just said, it haven't happened to me yet. But I can assure you that one of my players that I'm currently working with, they update me on their day-to-day activities.
Tell us the essence of a management to our national league when it comes to players that are playing in the national league. Tell us the essence of a management.
A management is very much important. It's carrying out for us as Liberians and also the players who are in sports. If you have a management, you will be highly respected. You understand?
How?
Or in terms of signing contracts, if I owe you the player, you know that most of our Liberian players in now, or back then, because now everybody improving, going the way of management. Back then, a player used to walk up in the net, and you go to the president and say, "Oh, President, as although I signed 2-year contract or 2-season contract, or my guess go or I get lay problem, I want to settle. Please give me 2 more season contract.
Let the money come.
Let the money come. The man will get the money. Because the man know that you're doing it in and there, It happens in the case of one other player that I was trying to work with.
Okay.
And you are one other team that in the second division, that call it team. I'll give that player, he's a B player. Now, he's even currently playing for senior national team. Okay. Can you imagine? But the team already get there. And when they secondly, they are now in the 10th or 4th division.
Don't make me go back to team.
No. I take it.
We will follow
the guy used to go behind me. He said, "Oh, bro, you my manager." I said, "Okay." But the man used to go behind me, take money from the club owner,
club officials.
And then maybe low awkward will come in front of the people to come discuss. Oh, you want to leave? When you want money, that is the time he can tell the people say he wants to leave. They say, "Okay, hey, can you have your manager?" The last time he say, "Yeah," I say, "Okay, we'll go call your manager." Then now, until I leave doing anything on the one other guy that knew me in the club, they say, "Well, you know that they make me coming down here." You understand? So if I owe you as a player, you respect your manager or your management team, and then you respect yourself as a player, the clubs will value you. Let's take, for example, recently in the national county sportsman, my player, Freeman, was one of the most valued players because he has a management, or he had a management that you could not talk to him alone. You got to come to the management team, who agree on fees, all agree on the fees. The player agree, then we go. You see that? So it gave you added advantage as a player for people to give you respect. You understand? As a manager, the manager is responsible to at least take care of you. It might not be your day-to-day welfare number. Take care of you in helping you getting contracts, promoting you, in helping you getting the needed results that you want as a player. But in Liberia nowadays, most of our guys, bro, they prefer because they can feel that the managers, within their contracts, the kind of clauses they insert inside, so they feel that the manager won't want to eat the money alone. That's the problem. You see there? They feel that the manager won't want to eat the money alone. And not good at that. As a player, if you want to really go forward, get someone to help you. Get someone to help you. If you can get someone to help you, bro, that be frank, you'll move forward.
This is the Cultural Sports, the Midweek presentation here on Kear Radio 95.9. We live on Kear Communications Network YouTube. We live on Facebook Kear Network. You can follow our official Facebook page or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and be abreast with the latest in the world of sports. Every Wednesday we talk sport this time. And we're in conversation with Mr. Mark Eric Garmoyou Freeman, the Chief Executive Officer of the 13 Sports Management, the one of Liberia's fast-growing sports management platform for athletes to advance their soccer career. Are you only recruiting or are you only managing players in soccer? What about other areas like basketball, kickball? Do you look into other areas, other sports?
Like I told you earlier, personally, I mean, be frank with you right now. Most of the guys that are in football right now in Liberia, what they expect from you is when you say, oh, maybe you manager or you representing them, they want for you to take care of their entire family responsibility, their entire personal or stuff. You understand?
Yeah.
So right now, we are like on a gradual process. So we cannot floor our roster, with everybody. That be frank.
Okay.
It will not work. You can't bring basketballer, you bring footballer. We've been working behind the scene too with few female soccer player. I got one a girl from Hawaii. Okay, they call her Hawaii. She recently signed for Shatta. Hawaii, yes. We've been working with her behind the scene. And Madeline too from Determined Girls. We've been working with her behind the scene too. But we don't have any official contract with them. They haven't signed any contract with us. Let me make this clear, but we just been working with them. Because at times when we're suggesting our players, our male players to agents who ask, oh man, do you have any female players within your management? Then we will be able to, we can always contact some of the girls that we are friendly with, that we know, and their work are visible on the internet. Because that one of the main criteria that some of your work are to be visible on the internet. You can be saying you player, you professional player, you don't even have a highlight video.
Okay.
Do you know that if it were not for doing big media, that keen to even concentrate from our players, and even now I can bet you most of the players they see there for the national team right now, most of them don't even have a highlight. They don't have a highlight video. And they play for big clubs. But they prefer to sit and eat the money they want. If you get your manager, that's why management come in. If you get your manager, the manager or your management will tell you, bro, this is needed. You will not be playing for Liberia national team throughout your life. Everybody wants to advance. You want to move out of Liberia to go advance your soccer talent out there. You understand? But if you don't have a highlight video, you don't have even good passport, small players, I can tell you playing there again and national team face passport for them. Can you imagine?
Professional CVs are even lacking.
They like that, thank you. But at 13 management, we do, if you sign for us, we do your passport, we do your professional CV, we do your highlight video.
Okay.
We do the promotions. If you check on our page right now, almost all of what I'm talking about, they are coming to fruition gradually. For now, we haven't done the bulk of the part yet, but if you go there, you can see our players' performances. They are visible. You understand? And we don't post you on one page. We are all across the social media pages on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube, on Twitter, now X, and we are even on LinkedIn.
So what are challenges do you face with the individual players you have within the management?
Bro, the challenges is simple but it's difficult. The challenges are simple but they are difficult. For one fact,
okay,
to control a group man or a player, bro, it's not an easy thing.
Is it hard to control a player?
Sure, it's very difficult. What I'm saying is very difficult. Now, like in my playing contract, in my contractual agreement. You can't do anything out of your personal thing. Maybe when you go drink water, eat in your house, it's not that much of our concern. But so long you put on a boost to even play free time or in your yard, the management can be informed. Before I talk about you going to play commercial as a player that signed with management. And these are some of the things that most of our players they don't want to be under management because they just want to wake up one money, take their boots and wear it and go play commercial. Maybe one balance the SFE, still talk about SFE, they play the commercial, they enjoy their coach. They come out. These are the kind of life you want to live, they want to live, and you cannot do it. I take for example, Freeman. The only commercial much you can see playing now commercial is his organization is the some tournament they have on the Zubatan fee. I don't know Zubatan or the African old time fee.
Is it Zubatan?
Yeah, I think he part of one all-star. Before he go play any game there, he always asks me, "Oh my all-star, we going to play today." Okay. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, all the top guys, even Netu Sweat, they are all part of that organ. They are all stars before Netu Sweat could leave the country. So to control the players, bro, is very difficult. But at the end, when they're here, then they'll call you. My here to you.
Do their salaries come through the management channel?
No. But a proper contractual agreement, like European, like what we just did the European contract, their contract will come through the management. All the management, full of percentage will be communicated with the clubs, like you sound to. So if the management is only get 10% or 5% on your salary every month or every week, it will be separated every week or every month.
In fact, the salary will come through a channel that is linked to the management as well.
Yeah.
That's how it is done in other developed countries or in other
place.
But are the players putting out are the players performing to the expectation of the management?
For the players I got right now, they are really performing. They are performing. As you can see, for one fact, we have one our player already on the senior national team, Jonathan Freeman. He was invited to join with the senior national team.
How long you been managing Jonathan Freeman?
Throughout his soccer career.
Throughout his soccer career.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan has been one of the very best talents we have.
Throughout his soccer career.
From the youth
and what made him to be best at that, what you're saying, to use your choice of work. What made him to be?
I will not miss my voice.
No, what I'm saying, to use your choice of work because he listens.
Okay.
He listens to the management. What the management tell. One tell general today, don't go do this. You not do it. For player who want to move forward, these are the kind of things you learn. These are the kind of things that you gotta start listening for now. Because when you leave your country, I see right now in Africa, the people are complaining that the players should be at least 17, something plus 18 before they leave. When you leave from your country, at least when you're around 18, brother, the people know that and understand that you're already a professional. Yeah. They're not going to teach you from a beginner level again. They can spend millions or thousands of dollars on you. Then you go, they see the play, you can play in like where you want to play them. People expect you to be a professional here already. So now at 13 sports management, all our players now have the opportunities to do that. What we usually do is we send our scouts around to watch our players in on a daily basis. You when you play, just tell us say, oh, manager or agent or manager rather, we play so time. Please be there. That our scout will send one of our scout there or we send one person from the management team to be there. They see your play and advise you. Say, okay, maybe the man get an opportunity to talk to you for okay, Sam, the way you play the ball, so it was not right. As a player who want to move forward in your career, you can't do that, you can't do that. After the game, we also caution you as a player. We also talk with you. You understand? Make you to understand the game well. We teach you, go in our channel now. We bring a lot of videos that are there that are preparing our players. We got videos that we just compare and we just placing it within our chat rooms for our players to just sit and listen to and learn from on a daily basis. So you see, so far so good. Our two new recruits, the guys are adhering to us, and they are they are doing things the way we love. So far so good, we are good with them. And also to also let the public know using this medium, we signed a partnership agreement recently with a European agency. They call it Football Net, and Football Net is the agency that is responsible for Imadesie, the Liberia International, and Vasco Sumo. Now we signed a partnership, so we have officially changed over Jonathan Freeman to the management to the agency right now, Football Net. So the agency is based in Serbia in Europe, and we've been working with them in scouting new players. We have other partners here also from Liberia. We have a scout there, he called Sabi from 22 Sports. He's the manager of Pee-wee Zeze Pee-wee in Maya Flomo and other top Liberian players right now. So we are partnering to see how we can get Liberia football or footballers out there.
We really wish we can have more of this conversation, but we can take maybe one or two calls if there are any. 07705734770, 07705734770, 0881871670, 0881871670. Those are numbers to call. You can call and make your contribution on the program if you have any concern. Time has caught up with us. I see the news team is all my back, and we have to make way. 770573477 number is on 0881871670 are the numbers to call, and you can be live on the program to interact with Mark Eric Garmoyou Freeman, the CEO of 13 Sports Management. Maybe you are a player seeking professional contract, and then you're thinking about making your way to one of these sports managements, and they are one-stop shop that can respond. What's happening to this line here?
Maybe a line
Keep your calls coming. 0770573477. You now call 5 at a time. 0881-871-670 are the numbers to call. So, Mike Eric, you made a disclosure that Jonathan Freeman has been turned over. All along, Jonathan Freeman has been on Liberian soil playing football for.
So you want me to let it cut out of the deck?
Now we've heard that Jonathan has signed with a new management.
Yeah.
Through the partnership with 13 Sports Management.
Sure.
So, do we expect Jonathan out of Liberia soon?
Yes, pretty soon. I can say that right now. Is the man leaving Liberia is 99.99%.
Let's take this call right here.
So it's overplus. Right.
Hello, caller. Your name and
just,
where you call from?
Okay.
Good morning. Welcome to the Culture of Sports. You say? Oh, okay. Keep listening to Kear Radio. 0770573477. He says he's not a sport lover. He just call. He loves listening to. But there are people that listen to the radio, and this is a conversation right now. So, yeah, Eric, you are saying something.
Yeah,
the chances is 80%. You said.
Yeah, all of the agreement behind the scene have already been concluded both with the clubs and with the club and also 13 management and Football Net. So we're just waiting for
which competition do we see Jonathan in? If
it'll be Europe, that's all for now.
Everyone going to Europe.